What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you another vacuum in my collection. This here is my Hoover Widepath Tempo upright vacuum that I just bought off Craigslist for $35. And the vacuum is in overall relatively good condition. There are just a little bit of scratches and scuffs from just normal use alone, but $35 Craigslist find in my area, can't pass that up. And I've always wanted this particular style of tempo before they cheapened up and dropped the bag check indicator in the headlight like that this one has. And I've always liked these because they're a cheaper alternative to the Windtunnel, and they perform pretty much exactly the same as a Windtunnel. You just lose some high-end features like the dirt sensor, the tool caddy up top, and the power switch on the handle. But for the most part, I'd pretty much say they're about the same vacuum performance-wise, and looks as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and give you a little walkthrough. Like I said, since this is an older model of the Tempo, you've got the bag check indicator right there and a headlight down below. I'll show you inside. It does take Type Y bags. This is a generic Hepa bag that I got off eBay. They do make genuine Hepa bags for these things, but I just didn't want to spend all the money to get them. So I decided to go a cheaper route and get them in generic form. Also down here you have your Premotor filter hidden behind this little cage right here. And there's where it sits. Also inside over here in this slot you have your post-motor filter. And funny story of when I got this is I actually accidentally bought the ones that were meant to be for the Windtunnel. They were much larger and wider and longer, and I didn't want to spend money and buy the correct filter, so I just cut up certain areas so it could fit in this housing, and it works very well. So if any of you accidentally buy the wrong filters, feel free to just cut them up. You won't damage anything, and your vacuum will perform exactly the same. Down here it does have a 12 amp motor, and you have 5 carpet height settings. And being that this is the Widepath, as you can see, that just means it comes with a 15-inch cleaning width as opposed to a 13s that they had back then. Anyway, let's go ahead and flip it underneath and show you the underside. Right here is your brush roll. This is the original Cleveland Wood Products brush roll that started coming out on these Hoovers when the manufacturing was switched to TTI. And a nice fun fact is that these Cleveland Wood Products brush rolls Cleveland Wood Products is actually the same company who manufactures brush rollers for Kirby's. So it's very nice, and this brush roll is very well. It is a little bit worn out, as you can see the bristles are kind of faded, but this agitates very well. And I just put a brand new belt in when I got this because it was stretched. But it's one nice thing. Let's just show you the model number right over here on the side. It's model U, if my camera will focus. Oh, there it is. Model U5140-900 from Vacuum Cleaners, whatever that says in Spanish. And this is made in Mexico, but this is one of the last better Hoovers before they started making them with Chinese components. And it's hard to find the serial date on this thing, but I do believe that this vacuum is from the mid-2000s. Because the late 2000s ones were the ones without the headlight or the bag check indicator. Right here, on the side, you've got 2 extension wands. Very nice extended reach. Right here's your upholstery tool, or excuse me, the dusting brush. This isn't original, that's why it sometimes likes to fall off all the time. But until I tried finding a original correct dusting brush, this is supposed to be a replacement for one of my elites. So I just leave that on right there just for looks. Why not? You have your original crevice tool right here, and your upholstery tool up top. They are colored in gray. And your hose right here is the cheaper fixed hose, which is kind of one thing you kind of lose if you don't spend the extra money to buy the higher end wind tunnel, but doesn't really bother me. And right here, one nice thing is these wind tunnels have a little trap door that you can close, so dust won't spew out while because the brush roll will still be turning. It's a nice thing, so you won't have dust spewing back into the air you breathe. All right, here, let's go ahead and release the power cord. The power cord is not necessarily the longest thing because this is obviously the base model. If you could spend more money to get the longer cord with the wind tunnel, plug it in right here. And let's go ahead and show you this baby running. Now, one thing I would like to point out, it is a little noisy, so headphone users, I advise turning down your volume, because this is one of the Hoovers that has the newer style motor that's more whining and high pitched. And by the way, here's the power switches down here instead of up on the top like a wind tunnel. But anyway, let's go ahead and turn it on. And look at this. See that? It propels itself. How awesome is that? I will say, performance-wise, I really love this vacuum. It agitates very well. It has amazing amounts of airflow for being a clean air machine, because most of these clean air vacuums are known to not produce as much airflow because all the air velocity gets slowed down from having a lot of twists and turns from the hose just where it's mounted and how it's all set up. But it's pretty good. Got out one of the extension wands right here. I'll go ahead and show you in tool mode. Let me show you how strong the suction is. Very powerful suction. Show you your dusting brush. crevice tool. Sometimes the suction is so strong it likes to get into the couch. It won't want to get into the couch crevices. And last, your upholstery tool. Overall, I will say this is a very nice vacuum to have. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video of the Hoover Tempo Widepath. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.